Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right. So shout out to everybody that's in the room. We got a full house already. If you guys haven't hit that like button, bang on that like button for me. All right. I want to thank everybody that is here. Got my man AB Promotions in the building. We got Emmanuel Carey. We got Kid Gravity. We got Hey Mr. Knickerbocker. We got DSA1. We got Lemon Lucas. My man RG Titan. Albie Black is in the house. Ricky McKinney is up in the building. We got my man Torian Rain. Q2 Wise. We got DJ Elmo. Vovo 2 Love. And my man Jared Allen. We thick. We in the building. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to talk about is another UFO sighting. This time, the UFO alleged sighting was over Romania. But we're going to talk about some other things that have come out about the ones that were sighted here as well, because I think some of the speculation about them is hilarious. All right. And then immediately after that, shout out to Katsy. I'm going to try to get into Blacklight Revelations news reviews and reactions probably at about 10 o'clock. All right. And hopefully I'm able to get through all the content that I want to talk about, and we will do some call-ins. All right. So if there's anybody that wants to call in, we'll be doing that hopefully for about an hour. You know what I'm saying? Kicking it, having a good time. All right. So if that sounds good, give me a thumbs up. If that don't sound good, give me a thumbs down. And y'all know how to get there. All you got to do is just stick around in the stream until the end, and it'll take you right over there. All right. So I'm curious, do you guys think that these UFOs came to Romania to get Andrew Tate? If you guys think that the UFOs have showed up over there to get Andrew Tate, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that that's what they showed up for, give me a thumbs down and let me know what they up to. What do you guys think they up to? Romania, Moldova report potential UFOs in airspace. The objects were spotted 36,000 feet above the Eastern European nations. All right. Romania briefly scrambled military jets, and neighboring Moldova temporarily closed its airspace Tuesday after authorities in both countries reported, here we go, mysterious weather balloon-like objects traversing their skies. What's up with all of the balloon anxiety? Is it just me, or does anybody else find this hilarious? Like, when did balloons stop the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, is balloons out? Now we got all the governments of all of the countries on alert. You know what I'm saying? The incidents occurred at around midday local time and briefly raised concerns in the two Eastern European countries, both which border Ukraine and have been affected by Russia's war. Romania's defense ministry said it deployed 2 jets that are under NATO command to its southeastern skies to seek an aerial object it described as being small with quote unquote characteristics similar to a weather balloon. Why are these quote unquote weather balloons causing so much alarm? Does that make any sense? Speaking of Ukraine, how many people watch the African Diaspora channel, Phil Scott's channel? If you guys watch that channel, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't watch that channel, give me a thumbs down. The reason why I asked is because I watched a video on there, and it was a woman who had done the video, and she was talking about how the Ukrainians who are in the UK are outraged because there's too many black people in the UK. What nerve. There's a lot to be said about that. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot to be said about that. Shout out to Lois. The Ukrainians are upset because there's too many black people in the UK. To just unapologetically have that much gall and balls is something that really needs to be curtailed. Like, that's an issue that really needs to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to as you guys can read down there, not incite violence or anything, but we can't have people going around just with those attitudes about us. They have to be dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no other way about it. People can pull the banjos out and buck dance and ass kiss as much as they want to. At the end of the day, that attitude cannot prevail. And I'm talking about more than just Ukrainians, but that's another stream for another day. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the crews of two aircrafts did not confirm the presence of the aerial target, neither visually nor on the onboard radars. A ministry statement said, adding that the two MiG-21 Lance R aircrafts stayed in the vicinity for about 30 minutes before returning to base. It was unclear whether the two incidents were related, and neither country said where they believed the object had come from. Okay. The events follow. Now, check this out. The events follow a string of comparable incidents this month in the U.S., in which objects detected and shot down by warplanes included a high altitude Chinese balloon that traveled American airspace. China said it was a weather balloon that had accidentally drifted off course. Now, here's my question. Do you guys believe China or do you guys believe the United States? Yeah, yeah, I can't, I wouldn't have been able to let that go, Nat. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been able to let that go. I don't think that there's any reason that anybody should be tolerating this kind of nonsense from these cretins. And honestly, like, I think people tolerating this kind of stuff is one of the reasons why these people have gotten so out of control. Like, it needs to be a situation like on Knockaround, guys. Like, you guys remember when Vin Diesel walked in and just beat up the alleged toughest dude at the bar and then just looked around and waited for anybody else to step up. At this point, like, it needs to be that. You know what I'm saying? No, I get it. I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of the reasons why we need to be working for ourselves. Oh, because trust me, if I own the company and I hired a bunch of people and one of the people thought that they were going to get disrespectful, I'm gonna let you turn up. Matter of fact, we about to chill for a minute and watch y'all fight. You know what I'm saying? People need to stop tolerating that in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? I'm really it's really irritating, like, the fear and the head ducking that we see all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big fan of authority. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like people telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? I've always had issues with authority since I was a kid, and I got issues with authority now. And as far as I'm concerned, there's no other person or group of people who is my authority. But see, that's the problem with the way that we live here in the United States. The United States has set up a false assumption that other people have some kind of authoritative value over you just because of the color of their skin. And I completely and totally disagree. And I'll die behind proving that. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of people just are not at that level of commitment. Shout out to Get Noticed with Nikki. What up with it? I think that people have dealt with this so long that they've become numb to it, and it's just like, oh, you can just expect them to beat out. No, I ain't expecting shit. You know what I'm saying? You better act right. You better act the same way you would act as if you acted towards somebody else, or deal with the consequence, whatever that consequence may be. Consequences are a bad behavior deterrent. You know what I'm saying? That's why parents used to kick ass. You know what I'm saying? That's why parents used to spank you or take away your, privileges or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We need to take away those privileges. You know what I mean? I just the way that a lot of this stuff is dealt with, I don't know if the way that it is dealt with, if it irks my soul and gets under my skin more than these people and their actual actions. I don't know which one irks me most. You know what I'm saying? But what's important is that they both irk me. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the incident in Moldova triggered widespread travel disruption and brief panic when authorities temporarily closed the country's airspace over what they later described as an object, quote unquote, similar to a weather balloon spotted near the northern border of Ukraine. I mean, like, these people are in a war-torn country getting their asses kicked by Russia. How dare you think that you have the ability to dictate anything that goes on anywhere when you can't even secure your own borders and you're getting stomped by your next door neighbor? Man, get the fuck out of here. White people next door to you are beating your ass and have you looking stupid on a world stage. And the first thing that you're worried about when you go to the UK is that there's too many black people. What level of insanity is that? Seriously, sit down and think about that. There's a guy right next to you that looks just like you that is spanking your ass royally, dropping missiles at will, blowing up business districts and buildings at will, just tearing your country up. Because for one, you violated, you know what I'm saying? And then you want to run and flee because you're getting your ass handed to you by Russia. And then you want to go where there's other people at, and you expect the culture there to revolve around you. You know what I'm saying? There's no person on the planet that should inherently have that level of assumed arrogance. You know what I'm saying? That level of arrogance, that level of entitlement should be absolutely not permitted and not tolerated. That's like if you come in my house and you tell me you got too much blue carpet. Well, then get your motherfucking ass out and go find a house with some blue carpet then. I'm taking you into my house to help you. I'm taking you into my house out of the kindness of my heart. And you want to tell me about some damn carpet? Psh, yeah, now you back outside. You can tell me about concrete and grass. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I don't understand why people take that stuff either. I don't understand why people take it. Like, that should always be a volatile situation. Those kind of people should never ever get away with that kind of nonsense without an extremely hard time. You know what I'm saying? For real. Shout out to Bronze God. What's good with it, bro? So now here it says scores of flights in the country of about 2.6 million, one of Europe's poorest, were canceled or rescheduled. Some were diverted to Romania. Given the weather conditions and the impossibility of monitoring and identifying the object as well as its flight path, the decision was taken to temporarily close the airspace, Moldova's aviation authority said in a statement. Romania has been a NATO member since 2004 and a European Union member since 2007. Moldova is a military neutral and thus not a potential NATO member. It's looking to forge closer ties with the West and was granted EU candidate status last June, the same day as Ukraine. On Monday, Moldovan President Maya Sandu accused Russia of plotting to overthrow her country's government and derail it from its EU ascension path. Russia's foreign ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova dismissed Sandu's claims on Tuesday as absolutely unfounded and unsubstantiated. I wouldn't be surprised if Russia's actually doing that. I mean, that would be strategic for Russia to do. So why they wouldn't do it is beyond me. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not smashed that like button, make sure you guys smash that like button. Also, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you guys take a moment and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon twice, and please make sure that you guys share the video out to all of your followers. All right. So, have you guys heard any of the speculation on what they think that spy balloon might actually be? If you guys heard any speculation about what they think it might be, give me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't, give me a thumbs down. There's people out here saying that this UFO balloon, or this UFO alleged balloon that was shot down by a $400,000 United States missile may have been a $12 hobby balloon. What do you guys think about that? They said that this might have been some shit that came from an arts and crafts store, and Biden's sitting there looking confused. Look at him. So what if that's the case? What if that's the truth? The UFO shot down this missile, or the USA shot down this UFO with a $400,000 missile, but it may have been a $12 hobby balloon. Man, that would be wild if that was the case. Let's see what Biden's talking about. Hold on real quick. Let me pull this up real quick.
Last week, in the immediate aftermath of the incursion by China's high-altitude balloon, our military, through the North American Aerospace Defense Command, so-called NORAD, closely scrutinized our airspace, including enhancing our radar to pick up more slow-moving objects above our country, around the world. In doing so, they tracked 3 unidentified objects, one in Alaska, Canada, and over Lake Huron in the Midwest. They acted in accordance with established parameters for determining how to deal with unidentified aerial objects in U.S. airspace. At their recommendation, I gave the order to take down these 3 objects due to hazards to civilian commercial air traffic and because we couldn't.
Oh, shit. All right, well, he wasn't saying nothing anyway. So now here it says, one of the UFOs shot down last week by the U.S. Air Force with a $400,000 missile may have simply been a $12 balloon belonging to an Illinois enthusiast club, a report said. The Northern Illinois Bottle Cap Balloon Brigade told Aviation Week on Thursday that it fears one of its diligently tracked gas bags that recently went missing was mistaken as the mystery object taken out by the military over Canada on Saturday. The Pico balloon, a silver-coated, cylindrically shaped object, reported its last position at 38,910 feet off the west coast of Alaska on Friday. Uh-oh. 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 You know what I'm saying? By Saturday, based on the balloon's projected path, it would have been over the central part of the Yukon Territory around the same time a military Lockheed Martin F-22 shot down an unidentified flying object of a similar description and altitude in the same Canadian vicinity, the outlet reported. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But look at it. Listen to this again. By Saturday, based on the balloon's projected path, it would have been over the central part of the Yukon Territory around the same time a military Lockheed Martin F-22 shot down the unidentified object of a similar description and altitude in the same Canadian vicinity, the outlet reported. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The NIBBB, a group of enthusiasts dedicated to creating, releasing, and tracking homemade balloons, declared its K9YO device missing in action on Saturday. So let's see what this KYO. Now, look, hold on. Here go the tracking thing. Oh, look at this. Look. Look at this. Here go the tracking thing. It's got the tracking thing where the balloons are. Look at this. Look. Ain't this about isn't KFOGOR 12? Isn't that about where they found the balloons at? Why does the organization got all these damn balloons flying all over the place? Look at that. Y'all see them? Oh, look at this. Look. I'm telling you, this one right here, KFOGOR 12. That's about where that Canadian one was. You know what I'm saying? Man, that is so funny. That is so funny. Shout out to my man, Mike Mellis John. B1, what up with it, bro? So now here, it says the K9YO balloon had circumnavigated the globe 6 times during a 123-day span before its tracking device went dark on Friday. Such balloons usually float around until they're brought down by bad weather or damaged. NIBBB's balloon was equipped with a small GPS transmitter and an antenna, allowing the group to track it with a ham radio. The Air Force used Sidewinder missiles in their targeted attacks against the Chinese spy balloon downed earlier this month, and the mystery UFO was taken down later last week, Fortune reported. Each missile comes at a price tag of roughly $400,000. Pico balloons, however, typically fall between $12 and $180, each depending on the type, Aviation Week reported. The U.S. downed airborne objects over Alaska on Friday and Lake Huron on Sunday, in addition to Saturday's takedown. On Thursday, President Biden finally addressed the unprecedented military action in North American airspace after 5 days of silence and told Americans there was no evidence 3 unidentified flying objects were nefarious. We don't yet know what exactly these 3 objects were, Biden said, echoing remarks by other administration officials. But nothing right now suggests that they were related to China's spy balloon program or that they were surveillance vehicles from any other country, the president added, acknowledging a disclosure made Tuesday by his National Security Council. So what do you guys think about that? Shout out to Keldrick. What's up with it? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't smashed that like button, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not shared the stream out, make sure that you guys share the stream out and hit the bell icon and subscribe. Could you imagine if it comes out that this was actually one of these damn balloons? One of these damn Pico balloons? The intelligence community's current assessment is that these 3 objects are most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreational or research institutions studying weather or conducting other scientific research, Biden said. Well, then why the hell did you shoot them down with $400,000 military missiles? Why did they shoot him? Why did they shoot him down with $400,000 military missiles? Man, who was that said that? Was that Lil Boozy? Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come on now. I feel like, Mark, are you serious? Jana? Shout out to Sean. What up with it, bro? What's good, Emmanuel? Shout out to my man James Hudson. What's going on with it? Kid Gravity said the balloon was white, so that's why all them YouTubers going around talking about the war on white people, huh? Because the United States using them $400,000 missiles to shoot down anything white in the air. This is in the New York Times. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker. Or I'm sorry, the New York Post. My bad. But now this is coming directly from Joe Biden. Joe Biden is saying the intelligence community's current assessment is that these objects are most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreational or research institutions studying weather or conducting scientific research, Biden said. Authorities have been working to recover debris from the three objects recently downed over North America, but the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, searching for the object shot down over Lake Huron on Sunday, suspended their efforts on Thursday. The RCMP said there was a slim chance of finding the device in the 23,000 square foot lake, especially as weather conditions worsen on Friday. So far, the U.S. military has only found debris from the Chinese spy balloon shot down off the coast of North Carolina on February 4th. The object, the size of 3 school buses, was equipped with antennas capable of collecting communication signals and other intelligence gathering tools. Biden did say Thursday, I expect to be speaking with Chinese President Xi Jinping about the spy balloon incident, without saying exactly when and while repeating his well-worn call for competition, not conflict with China. I gave the order to shoot it down as soon as it would be safe to do so, Biden said of the surveillance balloon shot down. White House officials admitted this week that hundreds, if not thousands, of objects in the sky, including the UFOs it shot down last week, could be as innocuous as used car lot balloons. So they out here shooting down objects that could possibly be used car lot balloons. Shout out to Finance Man. What up with it? What y'all think about this, man? If you ask me, what this shows is that I'm curious to know what the United States response would be to an incoming missile if they're having this much trouble with balloons. What do you guys think? Man, that's crazy. They shot up some damn balloons. The North American Aerospace Defense Command told Fox News that the FBI reached out to the NIBBB and expects the National Security Council to have more on potentially identifying the objects. NIBB did not respond immediately to the Post's request for comment. What do you guys think about that, man? That is crazy. What a waste. Yeah, I got to agree. If you guys agree with Sean, this is a bad joke. Give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I got to agree. And this is a bad joke. So now Biden has come out and said that 3 UFOs shot down after spy balloon are not related to China program. Okay. Yeah, it is like something out of a movie, RG Titan. This if you ask me, this is kind of embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the United States should really be proud of itself on this one here. You know what I'm saying? Biden says that the 3 UFOs shot down after spy balloon not related to China program. Okay. So let's look at this real quick. Hold on. And of course, we got these ads. So let's see what happens here. Hopefully there's some decent information and sound. That'd be nice. Let's see.
They got it. Oh my God.
People are really that amazed by this? It sounds like these people were really amazed. Oh my God. Oh my God, he got it. I mean, it's a damn balloon. It's not really going to be doing any maneuvers or going at a high speed. You know what I'm saying? But, okay.
They got it. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. How many of you guys have heard of Operation Bluebeam? You guys think that they're getting things ready for for Operation Bluebeam? If you guys think that they're getting things ready for Operation Bluebeam, give me a thumbs up. If you guys don't think that they're getting things ready for Operation Bluebeam, give me a thumbs down. So now here it says President Biden told Americans Thursday there was no evidence of a trio of unidentified flying objects shot down following the downing of a Chinese spy balloon, that they were nefarious. In his first comments on the unprecedented military action in North American airspace after 5 full days of silence. Here's why do you guys think it took 5 days? Why did it take 5 days to address this? You think they had to make up a lie to tell everybody, or what? White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre promised Biden would explain his decisive response to China's high-altitude surveillance balloon, but the president hewed closer to a familiar script based on details already provided to the press. We don't yet know exactly what these 3 objects were, Biden said of the devices shot down off the Alaskan coast, over Canada's Yukon territory, and over Lake Huron on February 10th, 11th, and 12th, echoing remarks by other administration officials. But nothing right now suggests that they were related to China's spy balloon program. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys actually think that China has a spy balloon program? Like, they just have a spy balloon program? Like, you don't think they have an actual like spy technology program? Like, they have a big clown with big red shoes, and he's sitting right next to a tank full of helium, and he's bending balloons up like Bronze had said about Pennywise, and they're just flying all over the place. Like, it just sounds so stupid, shooting a missile at a balloon. Like, that's never going to get lived down. Like, when the United States is long gone, people are going to say, you remember that country that used to be around called the United States? Man, you remember that time they shot a balloon out the sky with a missile? You know what kind of legacy that is? Shout out to DIY Queen. What up with it? You know what kind of legacy that is? So now here it says the intelligence community's current assessment is that these 3 objects are most likely balloons tied to private companies, recreational or research institutions studying weather or conducting other scientific research, Biden said. So basically what ended up happening is, look, check this out. This is how America do business. This is what happened. So the Chinese balloon got through, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it ended up coming to the United States, and they seen it, they studied it, and they said, we're going to shut it down. Now it's closed. It's open season on all balloons. They shooting balloons out the air, you know what I'm saying, with missiles and shit. I heard the Secret Service is going past birthday parties, just popping little kids' balloons. Like, all balloons are shut down in the United States now. There is no more ballooning here in the United States. Hot air balloons getting shot down and people kidnapped and questioned. No more balloons. You ain't allowed to have no damn balloons no more. Blimps next on the chopping block. Be careful, Goodyear. You know what I'm saying? Goodyear gonna be flying that Goodyear blimp, and a rocket gonna hit right to the side of it. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna blow up like the Hindenburg did. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember the Hindenburg blimp? It's just a matter of time for they start shooting people like some damn targets while they skydiving and shit. You know what I'm saying? That won't be none of us, though, because most of us don't just jump out of damn plane unless we have to. We don't jump out of any damn thing unless we have to. I'm not jumping out no damn plane. I'm not jumping out no damn car. I'm not jumping down no damn flight of stairs. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm definitely not going up to all the way up in the atmosphere where you can't hardly breathe without equipment, and then just go ahead and push me out the damn plane. Who people actually pay for that shit? But me and Izzy was actually talking about that, and it's actually not as crazy as you think. Think about this, right? Over time, starting at like 5 years old, the basic white person, by the time they've become 16 years old, all the vacations that they've done and the kind of things that they do on vacation is basically like the equivalent of basic training in the Army. They go camping, they go fishing, they learn how to shoot guns, skydiving, bungee jumping. Think about that shit. There's a reason for that. So while you're doing that shit and having fun, you're actually in training. Driving those big trucks through the woods. It's the same shit that the military does. So by the time they've been on the average family vacation, you know what I'm saying? They've got probably like a basic training level of military training. Even though it's guised under the, disguise of going on vacation. That's just something to think about. You know what I'm saying? So now here says the president's remarks were announced with just 1 hour's warning after the 80-year-old returned from his annual physical Thursday morning at Walter Reed Medical Center. Did you guys hear about the results of Joe Biden's Did you hear about Joe Biden's mental health examination during this doctor's checkup? They claim that Biden got a clean bill of health, but that the doctor won't talk about his mental status. Did you guys hear about that? If you guys heard about that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about that, give me a thumbs down. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have not smashed the like button, please make sure that you guys take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit the bell icon twice. And it also helps, please share the video out to your social media platforms. If you guys heard about Joe Biden's bill of health, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not, give me a thumbs down. They say he's fit, except for the mental part. They won't talk about the mental part. You know what HIPAA means? HIPAA means Health Insurance Portability and Privacy Act. So if you're not an insurance company, or if you're not a caregiver that's being reimbursed by an insurance company, anybody's health information is fair game. No, keyword insurance, which means that only insurance companies that are federally reimbursed have to follow HIPAA. You know what I'm saying? That only applies to insurance providers. That's why I laugh so hard when people just yell HIPAA because somebody's talking about some healthcare shit. That don't mean shit. HIPAA don't mean a damn thing unless you're being reimbursed by an insurance company or by the government. You know what I'm saying? And that's because they're reimbursed by insurance companies. They're reimbursed just like respiratory therapists. They're reimbursed by insurance companies. Anybody that's reimbursed by an insurance company. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not providing a person direct care, you don't owe them any HIPAA responsibility. Do we really have to stop talking about UFOs to explain HIPAA? You know what I'm saying? Do we got to do that? Let's talk about HIPAA. Hold on real quick. Let me see if I can find a quick one. Here we go. There we go, right here. Hold on. Here we go. Compliancy group. Give me 1 second. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys give a shout out to Yoshi Mori. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat for the $4.99 super sticker. DIY Queen said nope. Doctors can't tell the business of their patients without their authorization. That's how that works. Exactly, DIY Queen. Medical records can only be shared with an individual if there is a medical release. And that medical release has to be from either a healthcare network or a healthcare provider that's getting reimbursed by either the federal government or by an insurance company. How do you know he didn't give an authorization? How do you know that? How do you know that he didn't give an authorization? He clearly did give an authorization if he said the president has a clean bill of health. You know what I'm saying? But the part that he didn't want authorized, which I guess was the mental health evaluation part, they didn't talk about. But if that wasn't Joe Biden's doctor, that doctor is providing direct care to Joe Biden. You see what I'm saying? So he's a caretaker and a provider. If he wasn't Joe Biden's doctor, then he would be able to tell his healthcare information to anybody if he heard it publicly. Like if somebody tells me I'm sick and then I go and tell somebody else, I heard this person is sick, I'm not violating HIPAA. If I care for that person directly and that person says I'm sick, and then I go and tell somebody this person said that they're sick, then I violated HIPAA. Does that make sense? Because there's an article in the New York Post and NBC and CNN about it. That's how. Like it's literally been announced. Do you not believe me that that announcement has been made? Am I just making that up? No, I didn't. It was actually from the New York Post. There's an article from the New York Post where they talk about it. No, what I said was the New York Post said that the doctor didn't mention anything about his mental health results of his evaluation. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. Okay, yeah, here it is right here. It's sad that you guys think that I just make this shit up. I usually literally have everything that I'm talking about right on the screen. So now here it says Biden gets nearly clean bill of health after annual physical, but doctor refuses questions on mental state. President Biden's physician gave him a nearly clean bill of health Tuesday after his annual physical, but the doctor took no questions from reporters and didn't address mounting questions about Biden's mental acuity. Dr. Kevin O'Connor said in a 5-page report. So anybody who wants to look at the 5-page report that's public on presidential letterhead, here it is right here. 5-page. No, but it's okay. It's good to ask. You know what I'm saying? It's good to ask questions though. You know what I'm saying? No, he did. It literally just said he answered questions. The only thing that he didn't answer was questions about the mental state. So he did answer. He just didn't answer about the mental state, which if they ask about a physical, then that's what they asked about was a physical, because a physician wouldn't evaluate your mental state, right? So how could he give information about that? A family doctor, a physician gives you a physical. A psychologist or a psychiatrist evaluates your cognitive ability, right? So now here it says Biden gets nearly a clean bill of health after annual physical, but doctor refuses questions on mental state. President Biden's physician gave him a nearly clean bill of health Thursday after his annual physical, but the doctor took no questions from reporters and didn't address mounting questions about Biden's mental acuity. Dr. Kevin O'Connor said in a 5-page report Thursday evening that President Biden remains healthy, vigorous, and an 80-year-old male who is fit to successfully execute his duties of the presidency, to include those as chief executive, head of state, and commander-in-chief. And actually, in him saying that he's fit to execute his duties, basically is the doctor giving him a quote-unquote basic mental pass, a basic mental capacity pass, despite the fact that we already know that his mental capacity is kind of weird. The doctor took no questions about his mental capacity because he's not a doctor that specializes in mental capacities. The doctor refuses questions on mental state. So it's not the doctor took no questions, because the doctor did take questions. He just didn't take questions on the mental state. Like, why are we doing this? And it's right here in front of us. Not only did he answer questions, he provided a report that's about as big as the book. Felicia McCrae says, Grand Rising, everyone. I work for an insurance company. There's a cognitive test that the primary care physician can give. Dr. Randy Jackson gave Trump one. Yeah, I agree with that, Felicia. So with that primary care cognitive test, that's what would have ruled the doctor saying that he's fit to successfully execute the duties of presidency, to include those as chief executive and head state of commander in chief. because that would be like a mini cognition exam. But it's not necessarily a psychological exam. The doctor refuses questions specifically on the mental state. That's the only thing that the doctor refused questions on, which is literally what I said. So now here it says Biden's physician gave him a nearly clean bill of health Thursday after his annual physical, but the doctor took no questions from reporters and didn't address mounting questions about Biden's mental acuity. Took no questions from reporters and didn't answer mounting questions about Biden's mental acuity. All of that is about Biden's mental acuity. Do you want me to copy and I'm about to put the link to the article in the chat. Like y'all can read it. Like that's literally what it says right there. So then not only did he give the information about the bill of health, he wrote an entire report about it. How is it a compound sentence if they're literally giving intimate details about his physicality? Not only did he write an entire report about his physical state, they're giving details about the physical condition in the article. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says O'Connor's brief summary includes 9 areas of analysis, one fewer than after Biden's most recent past physical late in 2021, when the president got a colonoscopy and didn't mention cognition as a concern, despite frequent instances of Biden appearing confused in public or sharing inaccurate memories. So again, they're literally going through anything questionable. They're going through anything questionable about his physical condition right here in the article. But they're still just not mentioning anything about the mental capacity. Here's my question for you. If you're given a report, if you're given a 5-page report about someone's physical, how many people have ever had a physical? Most times your physical is like a sheet of paper, and that's it, with a bunch of checkbox. He got a 5-page report, a 5-page write-up. What other questions would need to be asked? He didn't get a 5-page write-up about his mental capacity. He probably just got the little mental examination that Miss McCrae was talking about. So there wouldn't even be a need to answer any questions about the physical stuff. I think they asked him about the cognitive stuff and the doctor shut it down. Probably because the doctor didn't have enough information, because the doctor probably didn't do an extensive cognitive exam. He's not a psychologist. He probably just did a basic exam. So you don't think that the doctor answered any questions whatsoever, despite the fact. So what is the purpose of the report? What did the report do? There might be a video. So now here it said, well, here it says the doctor wrote that the president continued to have spinal arthritis, contributing to a stiffer gait, and that he had a small lesion removed Thursday from his chest for skin cancer testing. Biden has several allergies, but no dental or eye concerns, O'Connor wrote, and is being treated for atrial fibrillation and irregular heartbeat condition, hyperlipidemia, and gastroesophageal reflux. So this is pretty specific. You know what I'm saying? So now here it says the president's gait remains stiff, but has not worsened since last year, O'Connor wrote. After careful analysis of the patient's history, findings of the detailed physical exam, and review of radiologic imaging, the team concluded that much of his stiffness, in fact, is a result of degenerative wear and tear on osteoarthritic changes or spondylosis of his spine, the doctor said. The president continues to experience a mild loss of feeling in his feet, O'Connor wrote, but custom orthotics have been prescribed to optimize foot biomechanics. So now here's my question. What other questions would be being asked? There's no video to play. Why do you keep saying play the video? There's no video to play about this particular thing right here. It says Tuesday's headline videos. So where's this video that I'm supposed to be playing? This is the video that it says to play. And I put the link in the chat because you clearly don't believe what I'm reading off of the screen. So here's the video. Like, you said that somebody's face changed that much with arthritis? Nah, usually face changes ain't a symptom of arthritis. But what I'm asking you is why would he answer any why would anybody even ask him any questions when he had an entire report? What I'm saying is the questions that they asked were about his mental capacity. And he didn't answer those questions. Those were probably the only questions that anybody asked. What part of the physical assessment would they have asked about? And even still, what do that have to do with the HIPAA conversation that we was having? If they released a public, if they this right here, the fact that they released this 5-page report on his health, this clearly shows that the doctor is able to give his information about his health condition publicly, which is where we started out at. You know what I'm saying? Like the starting point of this whole thing was HIPAA. And now we're here. But my thing is, the question that I was asking is if they have a 5-page report, so what you're saying is that the release of the report wouldn't qualify as what you're saying a HIPAA violation is. He only released what was released. Anything else is against. That's against, right? Against HIPAA. So he answered no questions. So you think that anything that wasn't in that report would quote unquote be against HIPAA? So check this out. There's actually an article about this that I just found. It's from the National Review, though. Hold on real quick. So it says HIPAA applies to the president too. So now here it says on the menu today, HIPAA, the American Medical Association's Code of Ethics, and other factors that prevent the president's doctor. So this ain't Biden. This is from 2020. But we don't have to put the name. We just say the president's doctor from revealing too many details of that president, which it was Trump at the time's condition, without the patient's permission, wondering just how reliable the rapid test used by. So this was about COVID. The rapid test used by the White House are. Elaborates FBI Director Christopher Wray and his definition of Antifa and a painfully plausible commercial on World Sports. When the president's doctors can't lay out every detail of his condition. In 1996, the Congress passed the Health Insurance and Portability Accountability Act, or HIPAA, which took steps to ensure patient privacy and set rules for the handling of quote unquote protected health information. Personal health information is exactly what it sounds like: medical history, tests, lab results, clinical notes, insurance information, and other data that a healthcare professional collects in the process of providing care. HIPAA applies to the president's doctors, and under the law, the president is entitled to the same right to privacy as every other American citizen. We can argue about whether that should be the case, but indeed, the law right now is there is no presidential exemption to HIPAA. I don't think I know if I tell my doctor, you can tell this, this, and this for whatever reason. That's all you can tell, period. Yeah, I think you're right on that. You would have to sign like an authorization or some kind of release if they was going to say anything else. But I said that from the beginning, though. I think we were just having a miscommunication, because what I said was that the doctor who cares directly for the patient is not allowed to just release any kind of information without an authorization because of HIPAA. So it would have to be if the person was directly caring for the person or not. But yeah. So he only released the one thing and wanted more, and he didn't talk. Yeah, I think he just released that report. But I don't think that there was enough qualifying information in that report to give the kind of information that they wanted to get from him. Because I think what they wanted to do was they wanted to try to get questions and ask information about his cognition so they could manipulate it for their purposes. You know what I'm saying? But I think whatever was in the report is a template of the information that's allowed to be released in most cases anyway, or the suggested information that's allowed to be released. So he just went by the regular standard. Right. Nah. Oh, that's right. A nurse who works for a hospital but doesn't care for a patient can't go look and tell. Right. Because you can't just go look at that. If you're not caring for that patient, you can't go and look at his information, his or her. You know what I'm saying? So, other words, if they found mental defects, they would still need his authorization to release. Yeah. His physician would need his authorization to release that information. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy because if he ain't competent, then how's he gonna give an authorization? You know what I'm saying? How's that work? So now here it says, in addition to HIPAA limitations, the American Medical Association's Code of Ethics declares physicians have ethical obligations to preserve the confidentiality of information gathered in association with the care of the patient. In general, patients are entitled to decide whether and to whom their personal health information is disclosed. The exceptions listed are when the doctor is required by law, when the patient will seriously harm himself or herself, or the patient will inflict serious physical harm on an identifiable individual or individuals. There is no exception listed for when the patient is the president of the United States and there is great public interest in his condition. That's what I was saying. I said that. So I think we just kind of misunderstood each other because I said it probably wasn't any cognitive information to the degree that they wanted in there anyway, because that dude is just a family doctor that investigated him. And you said, and you don't think that Joe Biden is competent? That's hilarious. So I don't think that he's competent either. Do y'all remember when they came up with that law? I don't know if it was a law. I think it was like a House resolution or something like that. Nancy Pelosi put it out to where they could just remove a president if they felt that he was incompetent. Do y'all remember that when they did that? I think we just was having a misunderstanding of what we were saying because of the character limit. You know what I'm saying? No, I agree. There should be privacy rights. I'm not disagreeing with that one bit. I'm just saying that it has to be a person caring directly for that person that's bound to the privacy rights, and that person has the right to keep their information private. You know what I'm saying? But if you hear some hearsay shit, you don't have no obligation. And if you're not a caretaker, like if I hear a rumor, I can just say some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a caretaker. I'm not a care provider. You got to be a care provider for HIPAA to matter. That's how people be spreading rumors about people saying they got burnt and shit like that, and like they're not getting sued. You get sued for slander, but you ain't getting sued under HIPAA. HIPAA is specifically for insurance companies and healthcare providers. That's what I was saying in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? You think Biden is the R word. Yo, shout out to my man, D. Scott. What's good with it, bro? So yeah, I think we cool on that. I don't think we need to do any more on that. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see where I was at. Biden gets a clear bill of health. Hold on real quick. Hey, Mr. Knickerbocker, you had me open up like 6 different windows, man. Let me shut this shit down real quick. Hold on. Hold on. All right, now we back to the UFOs. Now we back to the UFOs and shit. If you guys haven't smashed that like button, make sure you smash that like button. If y'all haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that bell icon and subscribe. I said HIPAA doesn't apply to people who don't take care of the person. It doesn't apply to people who are not caring for the person that's not reimbursed by the federal government or insurance companies. That's what I said. I didn't say HIPAA didn't apply to that. What I said was that he gave the information in a report. And then you said that I was making it up. And I said, nah, this is the information from the New York Post. This is what the New York Post said. RG Titan said the computer crashing and shit. But yeah, he's the doctor though. Yeah, I questioned why he didn't tell because I figured he didn't get like the best workup as far as his mental capacity. Like he ain't even qualified to say if dude is schizophrenic or, you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. He just did a physical. That's why I kept putting the emphasis on physical. You know what I'm saying? And I said it didn't apply because they wrote the report out and put the report out as a public statement. So HIPAA can't protect from what's in that report. That's what I said. See, like I think we had a misunderstanding because I was focusing on the report. Now, see what we have here is a failure to communicate. Who else used to say that shit? Foghorn Leghorn, that chicken on the Looney Tunes and shit. So now here's okay. So hold on. Let's just get back to where we were. So Biden's sitting up here talking about 3 UFOs shot down after the spy balloon, not related to the Chinese program. All right. So we was down here somewhere. The president's remark. Oh shit! You know what? Shit. I just now realized it's time for me to start the other stream. Y'all can blame, hey, Mr. Knickerbocker. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can blame, hey, Mr. Knickerbocker. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna end this one and I'm gonna start up the other one. You know what I'm saying? And then depending on if I get through the content or not, we'll have a call in. All right, so I'll catch y'all in a few. Peace.